What's up, beautiful people? Spring is in the air, so you know what that means. Engagement photos, graduation photos, senior portraits, it's wedding season. So today we're going to be talking about the best run and gun setup you can have for portrait photography. If you're new here, I'm Donny B. I'm glad to have you. If you're not new here, it's good to see you again. Let's get into it. Alright, first and foremost, we changed things up a little bit, and it is an absolute wreck in the studio right now. There are cables and stands everywhere, so go ahead and hit the like button if you think that it looks somewhat decent from what we normally do. Just try and change things up a little bit. Me, myself, personally, I kind of like it, although it's hard to navigate around. This is a small room, but, you know, we kind of pushed back in the corner a little bit, brought the camera out. I don't know. It's different. I like it different. Alright, now starting with the most important thing on this list is lens choice. In my opinion, well, I guess in most people's opinion, the 85mm is a perfect lens choice for portrait photography for several different reasons. One, it's small, it's light, it's compact. Two, it normally comes in a very wide open aperture. f2, f1.8, if you got enough money, f1.4. Me, I got a 1.8, so I'm, you know what I mean? And having such a wide aperture, it gives extreme subject separation. It really gives a nice blurry background to where it makes your subject stand out from everything else. I mean, there's literally situations where you could stand in front of a dumpster or a garbage truck and the background is so out of focus that you wouldn't even notice. Another thing that makes the 85 such a popular choice is something called perception distortion. So when you have a wider lens and you're moving in on your subject, it's not so flattering on facial features. With the 85, it allows you to step back and get some distance between your subject and the camera. A lot more flattering on facial features, plus it compresses that background. Whatever that background is, it's going to bring it way in. Just look at this picture I took last weekend at Troy University. That building in that archway in the background was actually about 100 yards away, but it just really brought that in to where it looks much closer. Now, me, myself, I shoot mostly Tamron lenses. There's a few reasons for that. One being affordability. Two, they're always going to be image stabilized. And pairing that with the IBIS on the R6 Mark II, it's just a great fit for me. It sucks having to adapt all my lenses, but I've been really satisfied with Tamron lenses for a long time, and that's kind of my go-to. But no matter what brand you shoot, there is an 85mm to suit your needs. They're small, they're light, they're compact, they're usually pretty affordable. I picked this one up for about $400, secondhand, of course. Just a great all-around portrait lens. You can get close up, or you can step further back and get a full-length body shot or waist up. It's great for shooting through things like trees and leaves to give a nice blurry foreground without being too distracting from your subject. It's just a great all-around lens to have in your kit. Now, everything on this list is meant to be light, compact, and easily put away into a camera bag, with the exception of one or two things, but we'll get into that in a minute. So the next thing on the list is the Godox AD100 Pro. This is actually the Flashpoint because I bought it from Adorama. That's kind of their name branding on the products, but it's the same thing as the Godox. So this is a 100-watt-second light. It is capable of doing TTL. It's got a 2600 milliamp hour battery and it's capable of doing 360 full power flashes. There is a rechargeable, removable battery, and this battery is compatible with other Godox products. I think the V1 on-camera flash, this battery fits in. There is a modeling light that in a pinch can double as a video light to get you through. Now, being that it's only 4 3/4 inches tall, it fits perfect in any lens slot in a camera bag. Another great thing about it is you don't actually have to have a softbox. It's already diffused, and a lot of times if I got somebody with me, I'll just have them hold it, or I'll hold the camera with one hand and hold the light with the other. If you do want diffusion, they do make an accessory kit, and the front ring is magnetic to where you can just pop. They make several accessories. There's barn doors, there's extra diffusion, there's all kind of things that comes in a little kit. But it just pops on. It's actually the exact same size as the Pro photos. I think the A1. Is shooting these graduation photos last week, I never had a single issue with not having enough light. And I was even shooting with high-speed sync. So it will do high-speed sync up to 1/8,000th of a second. But there was a situation where I was doing some Little League photos, and it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, pretty bright, and I did have to move the light in a little closer, but I was shooting through a softbox. So I probably could have just taken it out of the softbox, had somebody hold it or put it on a light stand, and it would have been fine. But I typically use high-speed sync just to get that darker background and not have to use an ND. But you could use an ND and just do your regular sync speed of 1/200th to 1/250th, whatever your sync speed is. It also pairs really, really well with the newest trigger from Godox or Flashpoint is the Nano. This thing is tiny. I did a full review on it. I'll leave a link in that in the description. Matter of fact, I'll leave a link to all these products in the description. They are affiliate links, and it does support the channel if you shop through them. So this is the X3 Nano, super, super small, lightweight, and it has a touch screen, touch OLED screen. It's rechargeable. I shot all day last weekend, and it's still at about 50% battery. So it should get you through just about any situation you put it through. Together with this and this, I used about 50% battery on both of them, and I've shot exactly 340 photos that day. So hasn't let me down yet. Both great products. So this will fit in your camera bag where a lens goes, but it does come with its own carrying case. And just to show you, I mean, I typically don't take this with me, but in case you do want to take it, so there's a spot for a charger, an additional battery. That battery doesn't come with it. You had to buy it separately. And then here is the umbrella mount or light stand mount. That there are 2 1/4-20 threads on the bottom right there, and then just it mounts there. You can use that as a handle, or you can put it on a light stand. All in all, the Godox brand was a little bit higher. I believe it was $2.99, but I got this from Adorama for $2.39. I said it's the exact same thing, just branded differently, but I got a little bit better deal shopping through Adorama. The same with this. I think this was $69 at Adorama, and it was like the Godox was $89. I really like the fact that they're all rechargeable batteries, that I don't have to carry extra AA's with me. Even buying those Watson AA's, I had really good luck with those. I was just going through them so fast with speed lights and triggers and things like that. It's not that the Godox trigger was bad. It was just big and bulky, and it just felt cheap. The exact opposite of this. It's small, it's compact, it's light. It feels premium. It doesn't feel like a typical Godox product. That flash is made completely out of plastic. But this feels premium for sure. So the Flashpoint is the R2 Nano, and then the Godox is the X3 Nano. And it even comes in this super cute little case. Look at that. This fits right in there. Super neat. Alright, next we're talking light stands. And there are so many different types of light stands. I mean, there's cheap ones, there's expensive ones, there's carbon fiber ones, lightweight, heavy duty, C-stands. This is the stand I was using. This came with the very first light set I ever bought, like LED light set. I think I got it on eBay, paid $40 for it. It's just what I bought when I started this channel, and been using this ever since. The top is a little wobbly. It's very cheap. It requires sandbags, for sure requires sandbags. And so when I started getting more gigs, I was like, you know what? I'm going to invest in a decent stand. I was packing up the C stand that I had this light on here, but it's big, it's heavy, it's hard to carry around. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to invest in a good stand. And so I bought this one. Now this one is not small or compact in any way, but it's a great stand. And there was a compromise there, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. So this is the air cushion light stand from Smallrig. Folded up, I think it's 37 inches. And it's not, you're not going to stuff this in your camera bag, or unless you got a huge camera bag. But the reason I went with this one, number one, lever lock. I think that's cool. There's not the little twist things. It's just one lever. And two, it is air cushioned. So everything's nice and safe. If it does slip, it's going to slowly fall. But this was the main reason. Look at how wide this thing opens up. I can't even fit it in the frame. It opens up super wide to where you don't even need, before I knock something over and put that up, to where you don't even need a sandbag on set. That was kind of an aggravating thing for me. It was either always blowing over, or I was always needing to carry a heavy 15-pound sandbag. Not with this stand. So with the other stand, I was definitely needing to weigh them down, but with this one, I haven't had to use a sandbag yet. I really leaned heavy into getting the carbon fiber light stand from Ulanzi. That one looked like it had a pretty wide base too. Plus it was light. Plus it would pack up in my camera bag. And I was like, well, you know, go ahead and get something that's a little more heavy duty, because it's not too bad to just, if all this other stuff can fit in my bag, then I can just tote this. It's fine. No big deal, right? But if you do have a light stand to where you require a sandbag, now let me show you this. That's the sandbag I've been using. So this one's from Impact. I bought it pre-filled. I bought it from B&H. I think it was about $25. It's really good. I haven't had any issues with it. I've used it many times. It stays on this light stand for its entire life unless I'm going on set or you know, on location somewhere. But I guess I'll leave a link to this too, but you really won't need it after I show you this. So these are, now the name brand ones, I don't remember the name brand, but the good ones on B&H, a 2-pack was like $120. So I picked up a 4-pack of these on Amazon for $25. And so far they are working good. No leaks, nothing yet. But these you fill up with water, and you can inflate them on site, and then you can deflate them, pack them up, and take them with you. And like I said, it was a 4-pack, and I normally take 2 with me. I haven't had to use them since I switched to this light stand, but it's a good alternative than having to carry that heavy sandbag around. So you just fill it up with water. Usually there's water just about anywhere you go, any park, you know, or you can just pour bottled water in it if you got that. But these have been convenient to have around. But I don't know how long they're going to last. Maybe I'll update you on that in a future video, because they are pretty cheap, and there's a reason that the others were so expensive. But, you know, hey, it's $25. What, you know, if it doesn't work out in 3 months, I need to buy new ones, or won't buy any at all, then I think I got my money's worth. And while we're talking about stands and all that stuff, so next we're going to talk about tripods. So typically if I'm shooting just one person, or maybe a couple, I always go handheld. I never use a tripod. But anytime it's 3 people or more, or a family photo, a group shot, something like that, I do use a tripod. And for the longest time, I was using the aluminum Peak Design. It's what this camera's sitting on now. That is the heaviest tripod I've ever used. It's nice that it folds up flat or small enough to fit in the camera bag, but it just, man, I think I have permanent back damage from carrying that thing around. So I picked this up when it was new, when it was first released. And this is the 0Y from Ulanzi and Canon. And this has been a really good tripod. There is one thing that has kind of bugged me, is that in the middle here, this is like a screwdriver to replace the head. This always comes loose. I can't never seem to get it tight enough. It does always slip out. It doubles as a hook. So I'm always having to check to make sure it's tight so I don't lose it. But hey, the Peak Design had that little screwdriver that stuck on the side that I always felt like I was going to lose too. So, and the one good thing about this one that I thought was really awesome versus the Peak Design is you didn't have to raise it up to be able to adjust your level. Like, even with it all the way down, you can still move it around and adjust the level. And it's all lever lock. So if you want to move it up, you just pull the lever up, boom. If you want to go into portrait mode, it will go side to side, versus the Peak Design, it would only go in weird directions. This was literally half the cost of the Peak Design carbon fiber, and I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of it, and I can highly recommend this tripod. At first, I was thinking that, you know, being that Ulanzi is more of a budget company, they've really kind of stepped up some of their products lately. A lot of their foul cam stuff is great. This is, I mean, they've really made some big changes. I think Smallrig has too. A lot of these companies I used to think were really low budget, kind of used once or twice and throw away, but they're really coming up in the photography and videography industry and making great products. This is the tripod I was using. But it's a KNF. This is my first tripod, but this did not pack up very well at all. It was just huge, bulky, and this is a studio tripod now. Alright, for the next thing, I saved it for the end of the video because I think it's probably the best thing on the list and has been the most helpful and really is the entire reason I made this video. But before I show you, I just want to ask you a question. How many of you know what this is? This is the S bracket, right? It sucks. I hate using this thing. I do. It's just bulky. The Softbox that I was using before is the same ones I use in here. And I was taking them out there. They were getting dirty. They were getting used up. And then I'm bringing them back here into this clean environment. Having to clean them up. And they just didn't break down easy. So I went out and got this. This is the Fastbox by Angler. And believe it or not, there's a 28-inch softbox in this case. It packs up this small. Like, literally, this should be able to pack up into a camera bag, in theory. It fits in mine. It might not fit in yours, but I use a 25-liter, and this will go in there. So, I'll open it up and show you how awesome this thing is. Well, there she is. It's all set up, ready to go. You don't have to put any rods in. You don't have to put any diffusion in. There's literally nothing to it. So once you undo the strap, watch how easy this is. Boom. There she is. It is double diffused. It's already set up. Oop. It's double diffused. It's already set up. You can't even get in there if you wanted to. So it just that easy. Push one button. It collapses. There is a trigger right here. If you push this trigger, then you're able to tilt it on the stand, or it just doubles as a handle for being able to hold it up. I've got a lot going on in here. I can't really hold it up that well. This is the 28-inch. They make it in a 28-inch, a 24-inch, and a 20-inch. And it's kind of pricey, so this was $140. But if you add up what you spend on a softbox and then what you're spending on a nice S bracket, now there are some cheap S brackets out there. This one was about $30. It's the Godox brand. It is a little more premium. It not only does the AD100, it'll do the, I think, the AD300 and speed lights. It came with a little adapter. So by the time you add up that and a nice softbox, it's virtually the same price. But what makes this one so much special is you see this adapter right here. So this is for the ProPhoto A1 or the Godox AD100. And remember I told you that the front of this was magnetic? Watch this. Boom, there it is. And you can lock it in there so it doesn't fall out, so you're nice and secure. Or you can unlock it and boom, just magnets right in there. No more speed rings or S brackets or Bowens mount, none of that. It just pops right in. Now they do make this mount for the AD300. I believe they make it for the AD200 as well, and all the ProPhoto lights. So the adapter themselves, I think, retail for about $30, and then the 28-inch, I want to say it was $140 for this whole setup. And whenever you purchase it, you will pick which one that they throw one adapter in with the purchase. You just let them know when you check out. So another cool thing is, let me put this right here. So there's literally no twist knobs on this at all. So you put it on your light stand and you just turn it and boom, it is locked in. You want to unlock it, you just twist it once. It literally is a Fastbox. They call it the Fastbox. It literally is a Fastbox. Boom, now it's off and you can hand hold it. Or once you got it on there, you pull the trigger and you can tilt it down, tilt it up. Excellent piece of equipment. When it's time to pack it up, you just push this button. And there it is. Now, I know for sure that this is a luxury item. This is not a necessity for anyone. It is definitely something for convenience. And with convenience, you have to pay for, like, especially in this industry. Usually the more convenient and easy it is to use, the more expensive it is. And it really, I put a lot of thought into it, whether I wanted to get it or not, because I already had one that I could use. I already had this. And then I just got to thinking about what can make it easier for me on site, on the set. And that the less time that your model is waiting on you to get set up or move lights or adjust things or set exposure and all that, the better. If you can get them in the zone and you're just taking pictures and you're in the zone and they're in the zone and everybody's just grooving together, I'm all for it. I mean, you know, there is a line there where it starts to get too expensive, but if you're making money, then you're really just it's gonna come back eventually. So I highly recommend just it sucks at first paying $140 for a softbox. I know. I mean, I'm not trying to say that I'm entitled or that you should run out and get it, but if you're making money with your photography and you appreciate convenience, then I definitely think that that is something that you would appreciate. A lot more than this thing, for sure. Alright, now I saved the biggest thing for last, and it's certainly not the best, but it is the biggest. So I'm going to show it to you, but I got to take you outside to show it to you because I can't do it in here. It's kind of big. But it's something that I do use occasionally. I don't use it on all my shoots, but it is helpful when you got a lot of gear. So I'll see you out there, and then we'll come back in here and wrap it up. How about that? Oh, hi. I didn't see you standing there. Oh, this? It's just my Mac Wagon. It's what I use to haul all my photography gear. Got a cup holder and a place for my tripod. And best part, when I'm done with it, it folds up nice and tight. It's even got a car cover. What's your Mac Wagon do? Alright, I told you it was kind of big, that I couldn't do it in here. I don't even really have a place to store it in here. I wish y'all could see this. Actually, you know what? So over here, I've got the newest addition to the lineup. And there's a review coming on that soon. But I got a 360 cam over here recording. So maybe I'll throw a clip in of how messy this room is right now. And y'all going to be like, geez, dude. But anyway, well, that's going to do it for this one. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. And let me know in the comments what you think about the new setup. Would you like to see more videos like this? Or did you like the old setup better? I don't know if I'm going to keep it this way because it really eliminates any functionality in this room. But I thought it'd be fun to try something new, you know? So once you get too comfortable in something, you kind of start losing creativity and things like that. So I just wanted to change it up to kind of get my brain rolling again. You know, we're trying to get back in the groove of thing. Softball season's over, so most of my time is going to be available to get back into uploading regularly. So softball season really takes a lot of my time, and I can't upload on a regular basis when that's going on. So this is officially the first week outside of softball season, so we should be back up to par here soon. So subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit that like button. And as always, take care of yourselves. You know you deserve it. I'm Donny B, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.